Okay, hello everyone. Hello everyone. Testing. Hello everyone. Tonight we have could you set it up so that you don't have to play with my time? You're very unprofessional. You work in a real corporation, you'll be fired, let me tell you. We have a couple of questions, everyone. Remaining questions? Okay, let's go through those questions.
Kenix wanted to share a dream that she had that was related to Friday's lecture regarding Weituo Bodhisattva. I saw Weituo Bodhisattva in my dream. Many years ago, when I was reading Master's 42 Chapter Sutra explanation, my back was hurting so much. I laid down on the floor a little bit to rest my back, with the book open, but upside down to cover my face. I dozed off and I saw a man with a pestle in his hand, very angry, and he asked me, "How dare you not respect the sutra book?" I woke up and looked at the picture of Weituo Bodhisattva in the back of the book. I think he was the one in my dream.
What was Weituo doing in the back of the book? That's a cute anecdote. Years ago when we printed those sutras, we decided to add an image of Weituo Bodhisattva at the end of the sutras. And that's what Kenix is referring to. So thank you for sharing the anecdote with us. So it shows to you that a couple of things. Number one, actually Weituo's job, it sort of happened to me too, is to guard sutras as well. Okay, because Master Xinhua, I remember a long time ago when I first started, I used to read his books in English one after another, non-stop. And you get tired, so I got tired, so I laid down too, and I was immediately reminded that Master Xinhua said, if you read sutras, you're supposed to sit straight and be respectful. You don't lie down, because if you're not respectful, Weituo Bodhisattva will come and scold you. That's what happened to Kenix. Okay, this girl is very, very disrespectful. Clearly, taking a sutra to cover her face, but now the sutra will be smeared with her mascara and. No, she doesn't put on mascara, by the way, and eyeliners. No, she doesn't. I'm kidding. So it's kind of funny. I did that too. I didn't put the sutra on my face. I put the sutra on my chest, and I slept. And my thinking was that, what is the big deal about the Chinese? I mean, isn't it better that I learn about the Buddha Dharma, and if I get tired, let me rest a little bit and And let me continue. So what is this big deal about sitting there and being respectful and so forth? And I missed the point completely. That's point number 2. Weito Bodhisattva did it because he wanted to teach a Kinix a lesson. It's not so much about putting the sutra on her face. It's about being respectful when you read the Dharma, read the sutras. That's what that's about, okay? And if you're not respectful like I wasn't, who cares? If you're respectful, then you get a lot more out of the sutras. The same thing. People come to the temple and listen with a half-hearted, and they check their iPhones and stuff like that, their cell phone, and if you're not focusing and you're not paying attention, you're going to miss a lot of information. I tell you this. The last 15 years of speaking Dharma, explaining sutras, I really seldom repeat myself. And a lot of information go through your ears and you don't even pay attention. And that's why I recommend that, I just talked about it, I recommend that in the future, since we're going to have different time zones. In San Jose, for example, right now, it's not online yet. They're probably having dinner over there. It's the same California time zones is not that bad. You can pipe in. But in other areas where the time zone is different, you may want to consider replaying those Dharma talks and sutra lectures, because it's a lot of information that you cannot possibly grasp the first time around. Okay? So that's what I recommend. Okay, very good. Second?
This is from Susan. She's asking if she can read sutras in her room. She said her room is clean. And can she listen to sutras while sleeping?
Of course, she can read sutras in her room and she can listen to sutras when sleeping. That's perfectly okay. Okay. The Buddha Dharma is not that strict, it's not that rigid, at least not in our style. Okay. If you are a professional, like you are a monk and so forth, or a nun, then you probably want to be more formal, like Master Wang Yin, I believe it's the 13th Pure Land Patriarch, something like that, or maybe I don't remember. He spent many years, several years, reading the Tripitaka, and he has these rules. He would never have his back to the Tripitaka. He would, before he read, he would take a shower and so forth. Same thing with what's the other master that reads the Avatamsaka Sutra, the specialist. Chang Jing Liang, National Master Jing Liang. Okay, he is actually the Avatamsaka Bodhisattva, Huang Yin Pusa. Huang Yin Buddha. And he similarly, they're extremely respectful towards the sutras, towards the Buddha Dharma, and that's why their comprehension is extremely profound, a lot deeper than ours. So the more respectful you are, the more you get out of it. Okay? But definitely, if you're sleeping and you turn on the thing for the sutra, that's a very good form of keeping the ghosts and the spirits away from you. Ghosts and spirits come and harass you during your sleep. And you can, if you listen to the sutras, they are less effective in harassing you, disturbing you. All right? Any other questions? Five fingers.
물어봐야 돼요. 번역을 하니까. 그렇게 하는 거예요.
공양관에서 일을 하면서 마스터 법문 듣는 건 어떠한지요?
Ipche's question is it okay to listen to Master's Dharma talk while working in the kitchen?
Yes, absolutely. Keep on listening and listening and listening. Okay, just listen. Okay. It sounds, my talk, just like my master's, it's very simple. Actually, it contains a lot of information, hidden information. Yes?
Haiti was asking if she can listen to the Great Compassion and Repentance while working in the kitchen.
Absolutely. All sorts of Mahayana dharmas that you like to listen to. We used to do that. I used to go to work around my master's temples and would listen to his tapes. Okay, one hand I'm working, the other hand I'm listening to his things. That's why I kept on regurgitating it over and over and over and over. And amazingly, consistently, as your kung fu improves, you sort of catch on, and you sort of have more revelations of the same information. Just like the old monk here said, I've been telling him a very important Dharma door for 5 years. He didn't get it until, but because I kept on repeating him at various times, at least 4 or 5 times. Finally, the other night, it dawned on him that's what I meant. Okay. So repetition helps, and actually just listening to the Mahayana Dharma in any sort of Dharma, especially from people who have real Kung Fu, is going to help you. Not just any kind of sutras and dharmas, okay? For example, I recommend you listen to the original sound of Master YongHua is better. Okay? Then reading, next best thing is, I said, in English, and next best thing would be that's about it. The next best thing would be to listening to my Dharma. It's the original teaching of Master YongHua is extremely profound, and unfortunately, when they translate it into English, they massage it quite a bit. Okay, to me, the translation is not that good personally. It has some bright spots, but when it comes to advanced Dharma, my master is trying to pass on to them, they miss it completely. It's to me, it's a shame. That's why it's up to you now, to us, to try to help people understand those dharmas that he tried to teach them at the time. All right, anything else? Yes, question. 5 fingers. Orange.
Hello? Okay, hi Master. So I have a question related to the last part of yesterday's lecture.
Yes.
So you talked about 6 parameters.
Yes.
Sometimes I think I have thoughts of things such as I wanted to be, for instance, more generous than how I really am, for instance. I wanted to understand, for instance, emptiness a little better than I am. And then other times when I reflect on those thoughts, I feel I spend a lot of energy trying to achieve something beyond my abilities. And I feel the thoughts themselves feels in some ways like greedy kind of emotions or thoughts, trying to be more than what I really am.
Yes.
And sometimes I think it takes energy from my practice, like trying to sit longer.
Yes.
So do you think that I can just focus on trying to sit longer every day instead and just put aside those kind of other wishes?
That's correct. Very good. Let me paraphrase his question. His problem is quite commonplace. The Buddha Dharma, when you read the Buddha Dharma, is very fascinating. It's very appealing to me intellectually, and to many people intellectually. So it's fascinating. They talk about emptiness. They talk about these wondrous and profound principles that one can't help but ponder about them. Okay, it's a natural reaction, and you say, well, if it's empty anyway, why does it matter? And it's a common reaction. Everything is empty anyway, so I don't need to do anything. People go even that far. So my point being that these principles are just the theory behind it. It's something that is not meant for you to be able to understand intellectually. There's no way for you. Take, for example, the concept of emptiness. There's no way for you to be able to intellectually imagine what that emptiness that the Buddha is talking about. It's not possible. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care, even if you are a genius, there's no way for you to grasp. Okay? So that's why part of cultivation is to first of all, learn about these profound principles, and just shelve them for now. Do not try to understand. Okay, this is very critical. You in Korea, for example, you listen to these things. Just listen. Don't try to understand. That's what I strongly urge all of you. Okay, do not try to understand. It's so important not to try to understand. Just register. Okay, something called emptiness, something called whatever. Okay, giving, whatever. Just internalize that. Okay, and don't try to deduce this, to do that, and try to paint a picture like the philosophers would. This is the problem with philosophers nowadays. They build philosophies on top of the prior philosophy, so the foundation is corrupt. The foundation is erroneous. That's why you cannot really build at all. Okay, so because the foundation you have there is not based on the intellect in Mahayana. Okay, so please. And there's nothing we can do about that. It's appealing because that's what attracted me to Buddhism as well. These wonderful principles, this wonderful logic. When you read the Buddha's explanation, it's so logical. Okay, and then there are some things that are so profound you don't know what he's talking about, and even with the things you feel you understand, is really a very shallow understanding. That's not what Buddhism is about. Okay, so I repeat, do not try to understand. Just listen to it, okay, and shelve it for now, okay. And then our training, Chan training in particular, in Korea, and the Son training, in Vietnam Thiền training, in Japan Zen training, okay, is designed, okay, by the patriarchs to help you eventually understand those principles without thinking. So if you keep on thinking, you keep on trying to understand, you're stopping your meditation. Okay, so you meditate, and it comes out. Those doubts, those questions comes out. Ask us. It's perfectly okay. We try to answer for you in a way to help you speed up your eventually penetration, if you will, of those principles. We're not interested in your understanding it. Okay, if that's why when I chuckle internally when people say, I understand. I say, no, I don't want you to understand. I just want you to listen. And if you really understand, you know what's really the proof that you understand? Anyone? You don't say you understand. You just do it. You just do it. That's all. The people who really understand don't say they understand. The people who see emptiness, they don't really say, I see emptiness. Because I see emptiness is not empty anymore. Is that clear? I understand emptiness is not emptiness anymore. I am enlightened is not enlightenment anymore. Okay? It's just, you don't need to say, I'm a human being. You're already a human being. Why do you keep on repeating yourself and wasting your time and my time? Okay? So, for not for you, just for you, but for everyone, it's just follow the training, whether it's reciting the Buddha's name, the mantra, all those things are helping you build a foundation for you to eventually understand the emptiness. I assure you, that's our purpose. So actually, I'm grateful you asked, because it's a very good question. A lot of people have this issue, and they insist on understanding, and the more I explain to them, the more they feel they understand more than other people. But actually is really not quite understanding yet. Okay, so just practice. Eventually, you get there. Okay. It takes time and effort to get there. It's not through the intellect that you get there at all. Okay. Any other questions? I think Five Fingers has a question too.
Master, recently I translate the Chan Handbook again, and I realized that it really does have so many things that we all just read casually or not, we just think we know, but then I just realized that there are a lot of hidden instruction in Chan Handbook. Just I wanted to share that the last time I read, the last time I translated, and now I translated, it just has so much more than what I initially understood. So I really hope that people discover the Chan Handbook and read more. It's just, yeah. I just wanted to share it.
Yeah, that's even at. Thank you for sharing. Even at the Chan Handbook is geared towards the first level meditation we like to train you. At her and Xian'an's level is way beyond that already, and yet she still gets a lot more out of it. And I have bad news for you. You ain't seen nothing yet from that book. Okay, And it turns out that the book was edited by a professional editor that we hired to edit my English. And she really watered it down so much from my original teaching, my original messages. But it's okay. She felt my messages were too coarse, too direct. So she embellished it so that it's more palatable to the casual reader. But that's okay. Yeah. All right. Anything else? Okay. Let's investigate Master YongHua's teachings then.
Don't understand, and you have to run. 第一个禅期已经过去了，第二个禅期在今天又开始了。
The first Chanqi has passed. The second Chanqi is starting again today.
这个坐禅这一法，必须要从这个忍字着手。
This sitting Chan meditation, this one Dharma, must start with this word endure.
忍苦、忍痛、忍疲倦、甚至于忍渴、忍恶来用功修行。
Endure suffering, endure pain, endure tiredness, even endure thirst and endure hunger to apply effort to cultivate.
Start. So after a week of Chanqi, probably some people dropped out already. Then he said, the reason we go to this Chanqi here, now you survive, I tell you. You survive because you chose to endure. That's a chant, that's a Chinese chant. Yeah. You go there and you follow everyone, you do like what everyone did, okay? And everyone have to endure suffering because everyone sits in full lotus, everyone crosses the legs all day and it's painful. It doesn't matter how good you are. It's very, very painful. It's very uncomfortable. Okay, it's a lot of suffering there. Okay, so you have to endure it, and you have to endure tiredness. You're tired, and you don't go to rest until it's time to rest. Unlike my disciples who are spoiled. After lunch, they're so sleepy because they eat so much, and they can't keep your eyes open. So, especially my nuns, they lean forward, they all snored away, very happy. Okay, that's not enduring tiredness. To endure tiredness is to keep fighting and fighting and fighting. you don't lean back, you don't lean forward to get some rest. You fight and fight and fight. Okay, but my nuns are kind of sissies. I mean pussies, and therefore that's why they keep on dozing out after lunch, or when they're too tired, they lean forward. You can see it, these people, they're so flexible, they lean forward and they snore away, especially them with Chinese blood. Including enduring the thirst, enduring hunger. Because again, people out there, when you are thirsty, we're hungry, you reach for something, grab something from the fridge, or you call delivery, or you hop in a car and go to the drive-through window. Okay, but here it's not time to eat. Okay, we are a lot more lax than because we know that you lay people are soft, so we allow you to eat. We don't care. You eat 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. If there's food, feel free to eat. We're not going to starve you. Okay, but in China, in the Chan, that's why these Chinese people are tough. That's why the Koreans are tough, because for them, it's only. Breakfast is like what time, huh? Sang-wook, what time is breakfast in a Korean temple? 6 to 7, right? You miss it, tough luck, right? You go to the kitchen between, too late and try to get some food, they beat you, right? They beat you up? No? That's what I heard. So that's why you endure the thirst, and you endure the hunger, because when it's time to eat, you go eat. But it's okay. It's okay. And these you don't necessarily have to endure all these things. I teach you differently. I allow you a lot more freedom, but in exchange for other things I'm not telling you. Okay, because. This is hardcore. It's based on a Chinese style, okay? But you understand this concept of enduring. You have to learn to endure it. There's no substitute for it, okay? So, for example, my nuns, since they are Western educated, so they, to tell them to endure is just a foreign concept. They're soft, if you will. So if you make them suffer too much, run away and say, Master is too extreme, Master is too much like a cult leader. So you need to compromise that in exchange for something else. And that's why these people are able to survive till now. If you were to do it like my masters did it, none of these will make it. Okay? But today, they're tougher than the Chinese. You see? Yeah. So the Chan training is never that inflexible at all. Okay? In the spirit of the prior question, you try your best. You keep on trying and trying and trying. That's what the endurance means. Okay? You try and you fail, and you go, okay, I fail, I'm going to go back and come back and try again until I succeed. It's that simple, that kind of mindset, okay? That men are better suited than women. Women are more like, we're women, we don't have to do this. That's men do it. That's called our husbands. That's called our daddies, okay? All right, continue, please. You understand? This is what they expect from you, my boy. One day when you have your own girlfriend, she likes you because part of her attraction to you is because you are able to endure it. You know that? Because they can't.
"如果你没有忍力，你就没有法子参加这个禅期。
If you don't have enduring power, then you can't attend this chanqi.
这个禅期那么第一样就是不讲话，第二样就是少睡觉，第三样就要坐香跑香。
This chanqi, firstly, we don't talk. Secondly, we sleep less. Or thirdly, is sitting meditation and walking meditation.
Okay, so the way my master trained them, I mean his early disciples, was that when they went into this chanqi here, they cut off the talking. Okay, maybe it worked for them back then. But for us, we like to gossip more, so that's not something we can do without when we do a chanqi, I guess. All right, continue.
如果你没有忍力，你就做不到。做1个钟头可以，
If you don't have enduring power, then you can't do it. Sit for 1 hour is okay.
2个钟头也没有什么问题。等到做3个钟头的时候，就觉得这个心就不老实了。
2 hours is still not a problem. Till sit for 3 hours, then you feel this mind cannot behave.
向东跑一跑，向西跑一跑，这个跑来跑去，没有停止的时候。
It run to the east, run to the west. This running back and forth, not a moment of stopping.
So, why is it we allow for people to talk and not remain silent? It's just my personal style. I do not feel that to be silent like that is effective. Okay, it may work for the Chinese culture, but for us, it doesn't work in the U.S. because we are so attached to knowledge. So for you to, when you sit in the chine hole, you don't talk, it's fine. Because you can't talk. You talk, we come over, we beat you up. Okay? But when you go downstairs, if no one talks to you, that's fine. But if someone talks to you, you shouldn't say, I'm a real cultivator. Don't talk to me. Okay? It happened to me at those Chinese temples. You know? I came to say, excuse me, where's the restroom? And to me, it lacks kindness and compassion. Because these people, if you know the regulars, they will not bother you. You know, those regulars, they don't come to you and say, hey, did you hear about this new veggie burger they have? And Kentucky Fried Chicken is going to have a veggie chicken very soon as well. You know that? I can't wait. People don't, you know, the regulars don't come over. The people who come and talk to you are usually the one who are new, who don't know how to do things. And you say, I'm a true cultivator. I don't care. And you know what's going to happen? You don't care? They're going to come and bother me. They text me, they call me, they email me, and so forth. I go crazy already. You see, so it's all practical. But also, more than being practical, it's about being kind. Because, again, the old-timers, they know what's expected of them, what works for them already. But the new ones that come, they don't know. So a little bit of talking, a little bit of encouragement will go a long way. Something I never had at those Chinese temples. Okay? And to me, it's deplorable. It doesn't work for Westerners. Okay? So that's why. But then we actually are overdoing, I admit to you. We joke too much during a Chanqi at lunchtime. It's my fault. Okay, continue, please.
因为你这个心，你不能控制，不能控制你这个心，为什么呢？
Because this mind you cannot control this mind. Why?
你这个心呢，就好像个猴子似的。这个猴子啊，它不能休息的时间太久了。
Your mind is like a monkey. This monkey, it cannot rest for too long.
啊，你要叫他在那地方老老实实的守规矩，不动弹，那是很困难的问题。
If you tell it, the monkey, to behave there, to abide by the rules, and to not move, that is a very difficult problem.
对于这猴子来讲，那是最痛苦的一件事。而我们的心呢，也是这样的。
For this monkey, doing that is the most painful thing. Our mind is also like this.
也想好像那猴子似的，你叫他休息时间久了，啊，他就不听你话了。
Also like that monkey, you let it rest for a long time. Then it will not listen to you.
在古来人讲，说是啊，
The ancient Confucius said, to grasp is to exist, to let go is to cease.
除 无实。
Okay, go back a little bit. This Confucius teaching, it's confusion. The Chinese, they have this peculiarity. Each type of teaching, Confucius, Taoism, and whatever, okay, they use their own wording. And that's why I understand that if you want to study Confucianism, you have to spend the time to learn the jargon. And then Taoism is the same thing. And same thing for us, Buddhism as well. So that's why it's very difficult to translate, to understand this. So all I could do is to modify it a little bit, because Cao has multiple meanings, and any of which would work for this. Okay, but so I chose the word to translate as grasp, because it's closer to Buddhist teaching. Okay.
莫知其香，唯心之谓语。
When the mind doesn't know it's leaving or entering, it doesn't know its hometown. Only the mind acts as such.
那么孔老夫子，他也是常大妄想，所以他知道这个境界，他才这样讲，说是。
Confucius. He probably often had false thoughts, so he knows about this state. That's why he said so.
出入无时，不知道什么时候他就跑了，不知道什么时候他又回来了。
He said, when the mind doesn't know it's leaving or entering, this mind doesn't know when it ran away. It doesn't know when it came back.
这叫出入无时。他也是常大妄想，所以他知道这个境界，他才这样讲，说是啊，出入无时，不知道什么时候他就跑了，不知道什么时候他又回来了，这叫出入无时，没有一定的时候。
This is called when the mind doesn't know it's leaving or entering. The mind doesn't have a moment that's for certain.
That's fixed.
That's
not for
fixed.
certain. 定属 here is fixed. Meaning it entering, it's leaving. It doesn't have that kind of mindset. It cannot make up its mind. Okay? It vacillates.
莫知其乡，不知道他到什么地方去了，他的向往啊，究竟到纽约去啊，是到巴黎去了？
Doesn't know its hometown. The Chinese character mo. Mo means doesn't know where it went. It is longing to go New York or to go Paris.
Well, when he says hometown here, he has an implied meaning here. The hometown here is it doesn't know where its home base is. Okay, so he doesn't know where he started out, but all he saw is that the mind sees going to New York, going to Paris, going to the fast food joint for food, but the mind is never focused upon the home base. Okay, what is the home base? your navel, the way we teach you. Go back to your navel. That's your home base. That's why he's talking about hometown here is we interpret it for you in our training as your navel. When you meditate, just go back to your navel. That's your home base. Okay? The Chinese call it hometown. We call it home base. All right? That's where you should always be. That's your point of reference. Just like when we want to go somewhere, the GPS app on our cell phone starts out at a starting point. That's our home base. Okay? We always have a home base that we refer to. Meditation is the same exact thing. We started at this home base is our navel. Okay.
啊，还是到莫斯科，或者到南非洲。
Or to go to Moscow, or go to South Africa. The mind doesn't know.
You see, what he's describing, what the great master is describing is our normal state of mind. We wander. We jump from places to places, like a monkey mind. I call it monkey mind. Okay, that's what it is. You observe it. You see that it's thinking of something in Paris. Maybe a croissant in Paris and coffee, and it's thinking of Moscow, where you have vodka and so forth. Okay, so it goes outside. And it attaches to external things. That is correct. But the way we teach you is slightly different. It doesn't matter where you go. We don't care. Because there's no point in talking about Moscow, Paris, London, Vietnam, and so forth. As long as you keep on going back to your home base. Yes? Feel free to go out as long as you have to come back to it. Naturally, your mind will go out. Okay? At this state where you are right now, it's normal for us, our mind to wander from places to places. Okay? But as long as you train yourselves, to go back to your home base, okay, that's what our Chan training is about. It's not about recognizing and there's no point to me in talking about New York and Paris and so forth. All I want you to do is go back to your home base. Okay? Be aware of it and stay there. Okay? This is how the Chinese talk. When you Chinese talk, explain Chan, this is how they all explain to you. All the Chinese Chan masters explain to you. Your mind is a monkey mind, jumps around. What we teach you is a shortcut. I know your mind jumps around already. There's no point in talking about it. All I want you is go back to your home base. Is that clear? It saves time. Okay, so the whole point of all this Moscow, New York, and Africa, and South Africa, and so forth, is that to eventually for you to recognize that it's not your hometown, it's not your home base. Go back to it. All right? Continue.
不知道的，这就是这个心，唯心之谓语，就是这个心，没有旁的东西。
This is this mind. Only mind is as such. Is this mind? No other things.
又有人讲，啥是呀？
There's an extra O there, Mencius. There's no O.
人有鸡犬放， 待之求之。
Also, somebody said, this Mencius said before, if somebody loses a chicken or a dog, they know they need to look for it.
有放心而不知求，哀哉！
But if somebody loses their mind, they don't know to look for it. So sad.
说人呢，有这个鸡跑了，也知道找。
This is to say, people they have this chicken that ran away, they also know to look for it.
这狗跑了，更要登一登报纸，卖广告。
This dog that ran away, they know they need to put it on the newspaper, even more, to advertise.
说我有一个 dog， 现在 run away， 不知道跑到什么地儿去了。
Say, I have a dog, now it ran away, and I do not know where it ran away to.
你谁呀？要是看见，可以通知我，给我一个消息。
I'll say, if anyone, if you see it, if you can let me know, give me a message.
因为我这个狗啊，就等于我的心一样，等于我的肝一样。它要是没有了，根本我就不能活了。
Because this dog of mine is equal to my heart, equal to my liver. If I don't have it, I can't live at all.
你看，这个狗跑了，这个人就不能活了，在报纸上发表这个 news，
You see, when this person's dog ran away, this person cannot live. They publish this news in the newspaper.
发表这个消息。可是他自己的心跑了。
Release this news. But his own mind ran away.
有放心，放就是放开，这个心就跑了，而不知求，他不。
He also let go the mind. Let go is to release. Thus, their mind ran away, but they do not know to seek for it.
知道我会找，你说可怜不可怜？那是哀哉。
He doesn't know to go back and seek for it. You see, it is pitiful, is it not? This is so sad.
天天修佛法，天天用功，可是天天打妄想。
To study Buddhism every day, to apply effort every day, but have false thoughts every day.
打什么妄想呢？打张家长，李家短，3个蛤蟆就有6只眼睛。
What false thoughts? Thinking about Zhang's family is tall and Li's family is short, and 3 toads have 6 eyes.
净打这个妄想。 你看3个蛤蟆，他算这3个蛤蟆有6个眼睛
He always has this false thought. You see, 3 toads, he calculated this. 3 toads have 6 eyes.
你说这有什么意思？在这坐禅的时候，也是净打这种妄想。
You say, what meaning is in this? When sitting Chuan, there is also always such false thoughts.
从扭腰来的，就很容易打扭腰的妄想。
The ones from New York easily have false thoughts about New York.
从华盛顿来的，就很容易打华盛顿的妄想。
The ones from Washington easily have false thoughts about Washington.
从西雅图来的，就很容易打西雅图的妄想。
How did he know? We have someone from Seattle.
我们这里有西雅图来的。
English.
The ones from Seattle easily have false thoughts about Seattle.
从这个梦天呢来的，就很容易打梦天的妄想。
The ones from Dream Heaven easily have false thoughts about Dream Heaven.
甚至你从29 Avenue 来的，就打29 Avenue 妄想。
Even if you're from 29th Avenue, you would have false thoughts about 29th Avenue.
很容易打什么地方的妄想从这个学校来的，就打学校的妄想。坐那个地方，因为没有睡。
The ones from Pearl Avenue would have false thoughts about Pearl Avenue. The ones from Palm Avenue would have false thoughts about Palm Avenue.
干了，这个猴子他就要不老实了不老实，他就想入非非呀，想入非非。
Sorry, I went up beyond a few slides.
That's it? The
No,
time is up anyway.
It talked a few slides. I did not break it down properly.
That's fine. Time is up anyway. So it's kind of interesting that Master YongHua chose to teaches his disciples this way. This, I believe, in the early 70s. So these people, apparently, his disciples back at that era seems to be pretty verbose, pretty talkative. The mind is so noisy up here. That's why he talks like that. Or maybe it's a Chinese style or something. But anyway, any questions before we stop tonight? Yes, internet.
The internet is wishing Master a happy birthday.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay.
Happy birthday!
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you all for coming. We'll see you next time. Tomorrow. Okay. Bye-bye. It's just professionally. What we do is we check out the sound before we start it. We don't take